is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, Angreifer here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, the much anticipated, and I don't know who's anticipating it other than me. I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, and it will finally happen. This is Arkkis versus Starfire. Who is the best energy tune? I will go ahead and cop in the beginning to my bias. I'm already leaning towards Starfire for a couple of very specific reasons, and I'll try to outline those as is. However, I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible and just go at it purely like as analytically as I possibly can. A lot of people debate and still hold Arkkis as better than Starfire. A lot of people. But there's still a few. There's a growing like little section of people who are like, I don't know why people like Arkkis so much. Starfire is clearly better. So in any case, I'm going to go ahead and get into that. However, this is also going to be one of the first Patreon videos, meaning that for Versus, what I'm going to do is always going to be on YouTube. There's still always going to be a Versus on YouTube. But then what I'm going to do is like an extended version of it for like another however long. That's going to be on Patreon. So the regular version where I'm going to go over the kits and I'm going to go through these 7 now criteria that I have and then go into a couple of PvP battles. And then what I'm going to do on the Patreon video is just have an extended version where I'm going through more synergies for each of them and go a little bit more in depth. So before we get into that and the new category, I drop DC Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Marvel Future Revolutions videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and Ray Shadowlands videos every week. So please like, please subscribe, and if you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'm in a pretty good mood today. Like, I'm feeling really, really good right now. I'm kind of excited about the Patreon thing started, so I'm kind of in a good mood. And I have my Ninja mug. Shout out, Ninja mug. Anyway, let's go. So now, before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and list off the categories that I had before that I did for the previous Versus video. And that was with Black Flash and Spectre. Now, someone brought up a point in the comment section, and I think it was a really good point. I'm added speed as one of the criteria or one of the categories, and the point that was made by him or her, I apologize, I should probably look up who actually said that comment, was that speed is such an important part of the game, especially in PvP, that it should be its own separate category. And I agree, it should be. And also, it was a matter of maybe waiting. Like, some things are more important than others. Like, speed is more important in PvP than crowd control, let's say. But to be fair, I'm going to make them all weighted the same, all 7 categories weighted the same, because crowd control may be more important to another person because their play style of what the team they're trying to build requires crowd control in that situation, whereas this guy is looking for speed. So like, for example, in Siege, which I should do a video on that, is like in the Siege Revenge matches, White Lantern Sinestro, now I've realized, is far, far, far more important than speed, because in those revenge matches, all I care about is my team surviving. It doesn't matter if we 3-starred or not, I get those points. So I care about White Lantern Sinestro more, because if I have like just Martian Manhunter or Cheetah and I still lose, those characters aren't reviving. So if I can revive those characters and keep myself alive, boom. So White Lantern Sinestro, for me, for Siege, revenge matches only, his value skyrockets in that situation. Not in any other situation will I want to use White Lantern Sinestro. Cersei would probably be another example of one of those things for the Siege Revenge matches. So that means that that value for me is weighted heavier for White Lantern Sinestro. Somebody else, however, who is early to mid-game has White Lantern Sinestro high up, and all they care about is clearing their PvP board in Wraith. So that's important for them in Wraith, not important for me. So I'm going to try to keep, I am going to keep all the categories rated the same. There are 7 categories. We go damage, versatility, crowd control, survivability, buffs, debuffs, speed. And just going right at it. When it comes to damage, I can tell you this. I'm already leaning towards Starfire, and before you guys freak out and clutch your pearls, and the reason why is that Starfire has an AoE attack Arkkis does not. So just by that, she does more damage. He could take out any one single character, and not any, but you know what I mean. 90% of green and reds, and a fair amount of blues. If Arkkis double taps, you're gone. However, with Starfire, when she drops her AoE attack, you might also be gone. All right, so anyway, I'm gonna go through the kits real quick. I'm lean, but I'm trying to be fair about it. Special damage to an enemy. Always gain 1 speed up, 3 intelligence ups. Can't miss. Wait, what is this last point? This is only 5. That's why I didn't take it. Can't miss. And 50% chance to purge a random buff from the target. Special damage to an enemy. Always apply 3 hit chance downs and 3 evasion downs. 50% chance to apply stun. 25% additional chance if enemy has evasion ups. That seems like it's more than a 50% chance, to be quite frank, but that stun does land pretty often, and a 75% chance when it's an evasion character. So that's, I mean, I'll get into that in a minute. Heavy special damage to all enemies. Lose all intelligence ups, max 5, which isn't all, it's a max of 5, but whatever. Apply 10% additional special damage per int purge. So that's 50% additional damage. Can't miss if Starfire has 5+ more int ups. That's the legendary point. Then down here, don't hurt my friends. Legendary point is if an ally dies, she gains 2 int ups. And Tamarin Supernova cooldown -1. I took that very last because of PvP. Wraith, you need to 3-star it, and the benefit of someone dying, I don't want anybody to die. So, passive ability, 30% chance to gain 3 int ups and 25% turn meter when an ally receives damage. It's kind of like the Azrael ramp, except she's just ramping up buffs as other allies get damaged. All right, 75 passive ability, 75% chance to use star bolts on a random enemy when an ally is healed. That feels like it happens damn near every time, but 75% chance. Also gain death immunity. That one I didn't see. 75% chance to gain death immunity when an ally is healed. 75% chance. Now let's go to Arkkis. Let's go to Arkkis. Let's go to Arkkis. I still haven't decided where damage is going to go. Arkkis. Damage to an enemy. 75% chance, or plus 75% damage and -4% shield if Arkkis is shielded. Gain 1 strength up. You know what? To be fair, I'm going to go ahead and take this extra strength up. Gain 2 strength ups. Why not? On his A1, that's pretty boss. So, Tamarin Fist on target twice. 80% chance, 100% when ringed out, to gain 3 strength ups and 10% shield. Then target attacks Arkkis once. Apply taunt to target and self. Gain debuff immunity and death immunity. 80% is where I stopped. 100% probably would be better, but I'm just going to stick with 80%. But I'm just going to assume it's 100% because honestly, whenever I do that, it's 100. Like it always happens. I did not even notice that I didn't have it 100%. Put it that way. Like I still use him for that specific role. Now, on his A3, gain 25% shield when fully ringed out and 4 strength ups. Gain 50% turn meter if Arkkis is below 50% health. That I didn't realize. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. So that means that with that death immunity up from his A2, then if he's low, he'll get more turn meter. You get to attack again with those traits. That's pretty good. All right, so then passive ability for Paragon. 68% chance, which is just a weird, why didn't they make it 70? Chance to use Tamarin Fist and gain enraged immunity if Arkkis is damaged. 30% chance to use Sword and Shield. All right, so those are his abilities. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to damage on a single target, I don't think Arkkis can be touched. Like this issue challenge thing, when it comes to damage on a single target, he can't be touched. He does outdo Starfire, at least in that system. Like if I need to take one out, I'm taking them out with Arkkis. Well, not always. Sometimes I do use Starfire, just how it's built. But to be fair, like I'm trying to be fair here. Single target, he's the dude. He can do it solo. He is that solution. However, when it comes to AoEs, he doesn't have one. And so that means that Starfire does more damage in that sense. And I bring Starfire when I want to take out those evasion teams because her AoE can't miss. He can miss. Her A1 doesn't miss. He can miss. He's missed Harley Quinn many a times for me. But he does do that damage. Single target wise, he takes him out. Like I can't not deny that. And I'm very hesitant to give the damage to Starfire because single target wise, if somebody says I call on Arkkis, I get it. However, if I'm trying to take out a whole team in one go, I call Starfire. And what's better, taking out a whole team or taking out one? I'm leaning towards Starfire for damage because of that. I don't know if that's more game style or not, but if I want to take out, put it this way. If I want to take out Azrael, I'd use Arkkis. If I want to take out Azrael and the team, I use Starfire because Starfire can take out Azrael and an entire team. He can only take out Azrael just because he's single target. I am going to tentatively put damage in the corner of Starfire because of that AoE. Ooh. Now, versatility. Versatility, I'm also leaning towards Starfire. I feel like I'm being biased because I already have this spot. But why am I saying versatility for Starfire? Maybe I shouldn't. They're both good in PvE and PvP. So let's reverse that. Are they both good in PvP? Yes. Are they both good in PvE? Yes. Arkkis can be a tanky, well, not a tanky taunt, but he can be a legitimate taunter for you in PvE and PvP if you do it right. Like it requires some doing, but you can use him that. So that makes him more versatile there. So yeah, that taunt actually. If I can use him as a taunter in PvP, even if it's just temporarily, I can use him as a taunter as long as that death immunity stays up, but that's the equivalent of a Power Girl, basically. Power Girl heals herself, he does not, but he also does a massive amount of damage. If his damage is 0, he won't retaliate because he's not taking any damage. The death immunity is just up. However, if his damage is up, if he has some HP and he takes damage, then he'll retaliate, which is great for PvP and great for PvE as well. With Starfire, she does not have that ability. She does, however, see the stuff I'm talking about now is getting into the buffs and the debuffs, which is going to be, I think, a kind of a tiebreaker. So what I'm going to do is versatility, I'm going to say it's a tie because they're both good in PvP. They're both good in PvE. They're both good in red alerts. Like they're good all over the game. No matter where you can use either of them in any part of the game. So I'm going to give that a tie. So I'm going to go ahead and tie that one up. All right. So I can't really just say, oh my gosh. I thought that I was going to be like super biased on this stuff, but I'm trying, but these always end up being more difficult than I expected because I don't want to just automatically give everything to Starfire. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. Crowd control. Now, a lot of you are going to say that this goes to Starfire because of her AoE attack. However, and this does go into buffs, but it's part of crowd control. Arkkis' taunt. Arkkis has a taunt that controls the crowd. It ensures that they're going to hit Arkkis and not the rest of the team. Now, is that what you bring him for? Probably not. However, is that something that's legitimately in his kit that can be used in that way to control the crowd? Yes. So, is crowd control a tie? I mean, she doesn't really wipe out the crowd. She doesn't really control the crowd. She wipes them out. So I'm going to give crowd control to Arkkis. Crowd control goes to Arkkis. She wipes them out. And I think that's part of the damage thing that I was going to go up before earlier and say Starfire has damage. Because she can wipe out the entire team. Arkkis can wipe out one. He wipes them out. He overkills when he kills them. However, overkill is overkill. Can you kill the whole team in one shot? No, he can't. She can't. So damage goes to Starfire. I hear some people already like, what are you doing? All right, survivability. Simply because of the death immunity. That goes to Arkkis. Now, I will go check their HP and their agility and their intelligence ups. Let's go ahead and look here. Agility is at 1900. So let's call that 2000. Intelligence is at 3600. 2600. I made that mistake last time too. I don't know why I keep making bad math mistakes. 2600 for the intelligence, and then for agility it's 2K. And then the HP pool is shallow. It is at 26. All right, so let's go back to Arkkis and see what Arkkis is dealing with. Let's see what Arkkis is working with over here. Arkkis's agility is at around 2000, so that fits. Arkkis's intelligence is down. He doesn't even crack 1500, and she has 2600. But his HP, his HP pool is at 20. Let's call that 2800. So there's a 200 difference here, or 2000 difference here, and then there's a, okay, so I'm gonna call that a wash. I think in terms of survivability, in terms of those stats, it's a wash. So since he has a death immunity, oh wait, she gets death immunity too, doesn't she though? She gets death immunity when an ally's healed. So that helps with her. Oh, she gains death immunity too, but that's a passive, so you can't really control that. However, it's a 75% chance if an ally is healed. So, to be fair, again, and then part of this is like, what happens if they go one-on-one with each other, right? If they're going one-on-one, if they're fighting each other, she needs someone to help her to get that death immunity. He does not. He gets the death immunity on his own. So because of that, he is better at surviving on his own than Starfire is. So survivability will go to Arkkis. Oof. See, I'm being objective and fair. I'm biased. I think Starfire is better. I think she's better, but I'm trying to give her I'm trying to give an objective score here. Buffs and buffs. Both of them buff like mad men / women. His taunt does help. He stacks those strength ups. He gets death immunity. Okay, cool. So strength ups, death immunity, taunt. She gets int ups, and I think her int ups come on her A1 as well, very much like a Spectre, right? So she's getting those int ups. She's getting speed up. She's getting death immunity when someone's healed. She ramps so fast. I think buffs have to go to her, right? Okay, so he gets strength ups. He gets that death immunity. And am I missing one? Let me go back. Let me go back to Ark. I hope this is okay for you guys, because I'm like I feel like this is what I do on my own. Like this is what I do by myself. Oh yeah, he also has an overheal on his A1. So yeah, he definitely gets survivability. So he gets debuff immunity, he gets death immunity, and he gets strength ups. He gets the shield or whatever. Turn meter, shield, strength ups. He's getting a lot of strength ups, but she gets a lot of intelligence ups, so I'm just like calling that a wash. He gets debuff immunity. Okay. So int ups and strength ups, I'm giving that a wash, because she stack ints up like a mad woman as well. She gets death immunity as well. She gets speed ups. So she gets death immunity, speed ups, int ups, right? So I hate to just outright count, but that's part of it. Speed ups, death immunity, int ups. I think that's it. I think that's all that she's gonna get in terms of. So then I think I might call buffs a wash. I know some of you are thinking about that taunt, but the taunt is more for crowd control. I mean, it's a buff, it's a legitimate buff, don't get it twisted, but that's where he got his point for crowd control. That's what he's doing there. So 25% turn meter up, she does have that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to call buffs a wash. I think I'm calling that a tie. Debuffs, well, that goes to Starfire. So let's see, tie on buffs. She gets faster. He can't take any kind of debuff, because everything else end up in strength up, so it's wash. Both of them get death immunity. He gets debuff immunity, so he doesn't get enraged, for example. But even if she gets enraged, she has can't miss on hers and I'm thinking of Harlequin in that specific situation. All right, debuffs go to Starfire because Arkkis has no debuffs. Is what it is. Arkkis has no debuffs. So, if Arkkis has no debuffs, she wins the debuff battle. She has hit chance downs and she has evasion downs. And she can stun, which is a lot. All right, so now we go down to speed. I think Arkkis is legitimately faster. She has a 105 speed. Arkkis, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? He has a 106 speed. He has a 106 speed. So for that, he's faster. He also has, let's see, now turn meter. Turn meter. Didn't he have an increased turn meter here somewhere? 4 strength ups, Paragon. Nope. And Starfire, does she have turn meter? Turn meter. Come on, where are you at? So she gained speed up. But I can't use speed ups here because I use speed ups when it came down to buffs. And just like with the taunt, I'm not going to use them in 2 different spaces. So she would get faster. But that does make her faster though. That does make her faster though when she has those speed ups on her A1. That does make her a little bit faster. But out the gate, he would be faster. And then, oh, she gains the turn meter. She gains 25% turn meter when an ally is hit. Or 30% chance to. So then that would make her faster. She would be gaining 25% turn meter. So if an ally gets hit, she would end up going before Arkkis because of that turn meter. But if they're facing one-on-one, which would never happen in the game, but if they're facing one-on-one, he would be faster by that much. I'm tempted to give speed to Starfire. She has the speed up buff, and she gets turn meter when an ally is hit. I think that's where it goes. He is 1 point faster. But she gets speed ups and turn meter. Speed goes to Starfire. But out of the gate, well, put it this way. Okay, all right, here's my logic. Here's how I'm thinking it. In this situation, and let's just go back to the 2. In this situation, all things being equal, they're both slow. They're not going to be the ones to go first on a team. Right? Right. However, if no one on Starfire's team takes damage, then Arkkis is going to go first before her. However, if anyone on her team takes damage, 30% chance that she's going to go first. What do I do, guys? I'm asking you as if you're going to answer me right now and as if I'm not recording this. Like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm tempted to give it to Starfire because of the turn meter. I really am. Turn meter is important. That's why Black Flash is king right now. I think it goes to Starfire. Am I crazy? You know what? Yeah, Starfire. Starfire gets speed. I'm almost tempted to call it a wash, but out of the gate, somebody on her team's going to get hit. Usually when I run her, actually, she is the last one or second to last one to go. So that means 2 other characters get a chance to go. But on top of all that, oh, and then doesn't she also have this thing where if an ally member gets healed, she gets end ups. Not if 75% chance to use Starfire when an ally is healed and gain death immunity. Okay, so I think I'm giving speed to Starfire. That is 1 point faster. However, if any ally gets hit, she goes first. She gets speed up, so she'll get around faster. So in a PvP context, that 1 point does help out Arkkis, but even if then one of the allies get hit, that's fine. PvE context, she's going to be faster and she's going to be better because her turns are going to come around faster. Her allies are going to get hit. She's going to get turn meter, but then on top of it, her A1 is going to be used multiple times, so then she's going to get speed up. So she's going to end up being the faster team by the end of that content, or by the end of that wave, or the second wave, or the third wave. So speed goes to Starfire. Speed goes to Starfire. Okay, so I gave damage to Starfire. I gave versatility to both of them. That's a tie. They're both good in PvE and PvP. Crowd control goes to Arkkis because of the taunt buff. Survivability goes to Arkkis because of his death immunity and how it procs. He procs it on himself. Starfire needs somebody else to do it. Buffs, I give that a tie. They have an equal amount of buffs. Yeah. Now that I think about the taunt, if I'm using the speed up as the justification for her speed, that buff, the taunt buff, does, especially in PvE okay, so change. I had to change it. All right, because of the taunt, I use speed ups for her speed to justify her speed being faster, especially in PvE content. If that's the case, then the taunt can't just be used in the crowd control area. It is a buff, and it's a buff that helps your team out a lot, especially in PvE. If you don't have a taunter, he could do for you what Power Girl did for me when I was going through PvE, which is I'm going to taunt and have this death immunity up. You guys take care of business. I'm going to keep getting hit. I'm going to stay alive, and then I'll retaliate if I get even a sliver of health back. Even if you have any kind of healer, I'm going to. So that buff is important. So Arkkis, we're having a change. Arkkis is king of the buffs because now he has one more buff. He has the taunt, he has the death immunity, he has debuff immunity, and he has the strength ups, while Starfire just has death immunity, int ups, and speed ups. So now Arkkis is winning buffs. Debuffs go to Starfire, speed go to Starfire. And so, because of versatility being tied, we have a tie. Who wins this? All right, I'm going to go into PvP real quick as I talk through this, and then I will call this a video for the YouTube subscribers, and then I will continue on the extended version for my Patreon members. So, let's go ahead. We'll look at this team. So, given this situation, all right, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to ramp them. So I'll do a ramp of Starfire first, because I already know what that looks like, because that's how I use her. I'm going to ramp her up. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. All right, so we are going to ramp up Starfire. I'm going to go ahead and put Red Robin in. I'm going to show you this team that I was using. There was this Darkseid, Barda, Terra, Azrael team that was running around for a little bit. And so I can't remember who came up with this. I apologize, but they came up with this composition. And someone else came up with a different one too, in order to ramp up Starfire to wipe out the entire team. And that was the one that I was using. It's an awesome ramp team. And in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to try to think of a way to... Oh, but wait. I believe that Castaway Green Arrow is going to be faster than Red Robin. And since I'm just trying to show ramps, I'm going to actually go back. What's up with the Supergirl being run all of a sudden? Why is she in here? Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. And this is the thing. I'm not scared of Affinity here, because how powerful Starfire is when she ramps up. I'm not... She'll wipe out the whole team. Maybe Wonder Woman Coda will survive. Maybe. But I have the distinct feeling that we're gonna be okay. All right, cool. So now, oh, wait a minute. Oh, see, and this is the other thing. See how she got faster there? She gained those 3 int ups. And she gained turn meter. So now she's gonna go before Arkkis. This is the example that I was talking about, and I didn't even mean for this to happen. I did not mean for this to happen. This is kind of screwing up what I wanted to do, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to Arkkis. See, and he missed. She doesn't miss. I mean, you know what? I know I'm being biased, but I'm really leaning heavy towards Starfire winning this one. Like, He just missed right there. So yeah, you can be as strong as you want, but if you miss, it ain't helping nobody. You know, and so she goes off there. So let's go ahead and do one more set of buffs. He's gonna go off and probably one-shot somebody. Now look, all this trash I talk, and he's probably gonna one-shot. Oh, she goes again, so she's getting to go again because we got hit again. She's not gonna crit, but I'm assuming she's gonna take out a lot of these people. Yeah, juice, juice, chow chow chow, chow chow chow, juice. Now Wonder Woman Coda's probably gonna ruin our day, but yeah, that's that. Let's go ahead and take out Reverse Flash, and we can call this a vid. Well, no. Then I'm gonna run one with Arkkis, and then we'll call it a video for YouTube, and then we'll go back and do more for Patreon. All right, so that was actually like a perfect example. I didn't even intend for that to happen. Oh wow! So like, she she took care of business there. A straight up matchup against Arkkis. One of the teammates gets hit. She ramps and gets turn metered, which means she's gonna go before Arkkis. All right, now let's go back to that team here. And the way I'm going to try to ramp up Arkkis is I'm going to run Cheetah lead. Cheetah. She gives us strength ups. I should have left Hippolyta, whatever. I should have left her in because she gives strength up as well. Very underestimated tune. Let's go ahead and put... Do I want to put Red Robin in there? Let me see. Hold on. What's the best? Who else gives strength ups? I'm only going to be able to take them out one at a time, though. I'm going to need... No. Oh, no. We're going to go first anyway because of Cheetah. So Castaway Green Arrow is not an issue. Let me go ahead and put Arkkis on there. Where are you, Arkkis? Oh, and you know what? You know what? To help him out even more, I'm going to put Kilowog. I'll put Kilowog in there. Kilowog will give him those empowered strength ups, and then he should be able to crack skulls. So, and I'm still, if we didn't have all those crit chance downs, Starfire would have taken out Wonder Woman Coda. I'm just saying. But in this situation, you know what? I'm gonna hit her. Ooh, are we about to die? Yep. I should not have hit her. Oops. All right, let's retreat. We'll come back at this team one more time. That was my fault. That is not an Arkkis thing. That was not a judgment on Arkkis. I should not have hit Wonder Woman Coda first. I should have hit like Castaway Green Arrow, or because I'm trying to save the, well, no, I shouldn't save the amount of damage because he doesn't do AoE damage. So I can't save it and be like, oh, well, look how much damage he does. I can't do that. I need to just take them out as they come. Okay. So Cheetah goes first. Let's go ahead and hit. Doesn't matter. All right, so let's go ahead and give you empowered strength ups. Let's go ahead and give you the strength ups plus turn meter. And then let's see you. I mean, I know you'll take out Castaway Green Arrow. Come on. Can he take out Green Lantern? Probably. I mean, he has empowered strength ups and strength ups. Oh, he didn't do his thing. I sat there and said that always happens, and that 80% of the time is enough. And then the one time I'm having this on the video, it didn't happen. Oh, did I not push? Oh, dummy. I didn't push the A2. Apologies. Why do you have empowered strength ups now? Oh, because of John Stewart. Boom, he takes out John Stewart relatively easily. But here's the issue with, and I mean, I know I'm harping, but with Starfire, the fight would have been over. But that death immunity does help keep the team alive, or help protect us, even though with Castaway, he does remove buffs. Yeah. So we got through it. At this point, to me, like, we've tied basically everything. And I mean, we're splitting hairs here. They're awesome. But it's Starfire for me. She gives those debuffs. Hit chance down. Evasion down. She can't miss. Arkkis is missed. She's faster, especially in a PvE context. PvP, he can't get there first, but then you saw what happened when I did that. Let me go over here and buy the rest of this PvP energy, and then I'm gonna continue the video for the Patreon members. So here's the thing, the winner is, in my view, and I know, but the winner is Starfire. They tied like a lot, like the list of stuff tied. Like there's 3 attributes to Starfire that's better for her. There's 3 attributes to Arkkis that are better for him. And then they tied on versatility. And so to me, I'm going to be a little bit more subjective, but it's not much of a competition to me. For what she does and how she does it, I'm going to go with Starfire. So thank you guys, my YouTube viewers. Thank you for watching to this point. Please like, please subscribe. Join the Patreon if you want to see the rest of the video. And I'll see you next time.